Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Mamaroneck High School and LMC Varsity Sports presentation of the 21st Annual Tiger Tournament. With George Boyle, I'm Stephen Nastis. This is going to be a fantastic matchup, George. Both these teams have faced each other each of the last 2 seasons. Went to overtime both times, scintillating games, each of them. It should be equally good this year.
Yeah, Coach Carver's been going to his starters most games this year, but one key player is missing. Will Sharkesy, the center. So tonight, Thomas Plunkett, the sophomore, is getting the start. I saw Plunkett in the pre-games working on his post-game, so hopefully that'll help him out throughout the night.
The real story for the Tigers has been all season Jared Bader.
Jared Bader, one of the best three-point shooters on the Tigers. Season high is 31, so he's hoping to keep up his hot three-point shooting tonight. Averaging
16 points a game so far this season. The Mamaroneck Tigers coming in at 8-2, and the Rye Garnets coming in at 10-0. Will be a fantastic matchup.
Of course, this is hoping to be a great game.
So that'll do it for the pregame. We'll be back in just a moment with the opening tip here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now to introduce the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the visiting Garnets of Rye High School, a 5'10" senior guard, number 1, Kyle Doran. The 5'10" sophomore guard, number 2, Matthew Tepedino. A 5'11" sophomore guard, number 11, Quinn Kelly. A 6'2" senior forward, number 20, Max Sandberg. And a 6'3" senior forward, number 35, A.J. Thompson. The Garnets head coach, Mr. John Agwal. And now let's meet the starters for the Mamaroneck Tigers. A 5'11" junior guard, number 21, Tommy Morton. A 6-foot junior forward, number 20, Shane Smith. A 6'3" senior guard, number 15, Jared Bader. A 5'10" senior guard, number 12, Isaiah Thomas. A 6-foot senior guard, number 11, co-captain James Mineta. The assistant coaches, Mr. Matt Lons, Mr. Greg Gunny, Mr. Trevor Denny, Mr. Robert Cruz, Mr. Katie Elizar, and the Tigers head coach, Mr. Tyrone Carver Jr.
Here we are at the opening tip. It'll be Shane Smith facing Max Sandberg. Sandberg wins the tip, gets it over to Quinn Kelly. Quinn Kelly, the sophomore guard, has been a bright spot for this team among many bright spots. Oh, and almost a turnover. And after Kyle Doran recovers the ball from Shane Smith, he throws it out of bounds.
That was a good defense by the Tigers there.
Tommy Martin gets the start here, gets it into Mineta. They break the soft press. And Smith all the way over to Bader, and he's unable to corral it. Goes out of bounds, and we have matching turnovers to start the game. Kyle Doran, the senior guard, brings it up. Matt Tepedino gets it over to Quinn Kelly. Thompson flashes to the ball, but Smith knocks it away, and Rye will maintain possession.
Smith, in the pregame we were talking about Plunkett getting the start for the Tigers as center, but putting Smith in at center may have been a good call because he may not be as tall, but he is extremely strong.
He has shown his ability to be able to box out the biggest and strongest players in the league. Obviously, Coach Carver has a lot of faith in him, so he's giving him the assignment of guarding A.J. Thompson tonight. I'm sure Thomas Plunkett will get his opportunities though. Once again, they break the press. Isaiah Thomas gets it into Tommy Martin. Martin goes front side for the first basket of the game.
What a move by Tommy Martin there. He had the eyes to see the open lane and go for it and score the bucket.
Kelly goes into the right corner and gets it up top. Ball moves around, and now Tepedino thinks about a drive but passes it back out. Thompson with the turnaround jumper off the front of the rim and rolls off. Tigers push the ball. Oh, and a great job of anticipating that pass is Max Sandberg, who goes coast to coast, lays it up. It is no good, but he gets the foul.
All right, foul number 11, James Mineta, his first, team's first. On the line for Rye number 20, Max Sandberg, 2 shots.
Rye has had a smooth ride of it so far this year, still undefeated, but they will be facing some tougher competition later in the season. But obviously you have to think that they've gotten the job done so far as Sandberg sinks the first free throw. Sandberg sinks them both, and Mineta will inbound. They set up to prepare for the press, but Rye backs off and will play standard defense.
Rye is a big press defense. They like to pull out the full court press a lot during this game, and we'll see that throughout the course of the game.
Good stutter step by Thomas for the mid-range jumper, but it's unable to fall. Oh, and a charge. Jared Bader able to draw the charge on Tepedino. It's something, George, we've seen all season long, is the discipline on defense.
They're able to plant their feet and get the charge with the ball.
First team foul.
Mineta brings it to the right side. Sandberg is tight on Bader, does not want to give him any space beyond the arc. Thomas drives, avoids contact, and loses it.
Isaiah Thomas is able to finish so strong at the basket. He's able to maneuver himself in midair to make these easy layups when they should be extremely hard layups.
Sandberg blows the wide open layup after the good passing by Rye. And Bader goes coast to coast. And Coach John Aguilar wants to talk it over here early. It is 6-2. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC Varsity Sports. We're back, and Quinn Kelly will inbound to Kyle Doran. A light press implemented by Mamaroneck. And they're able to break it. Dangerous skip pass to the corner to Tepedino. He goes down low to A.J. Thompson. And Tommy Martin knocks it away. He tried to plead with the official to get the call, but no dice.
Mamaroneck is doing a good job with their full court press to start off at this game. It's helping their defensive game and helping the pace of Rye slow down.
Rye penetrates and pulls up mid-range, but the shot goes in and out. Here comes Mineta and the Tigers. Bader thinks about a three for a moment, but once again, Max Sandberg with the quick closeout. Oh, beautiful pass by Thomas to Mineta, and the finger roll off the glass is good. Score is now 8-2.
James Mineta.
Three-pointer from Sandberg off the back of the rim. Smith fights for the rebound. Thomas knocks it out of his hands. Another three-pointer, no good. Bader and Tommy Martin this time fighting for the rebound, and Martin comes away with it. Bader, step back three. Gets the friendly bounce, but cannot find the rim again. And Rye is headed the other way. Travel is the call on Sandberg. And some good fortune smiles on the Mamaroneck Tigers.
Bader looked a little bit upset after that three-pointer because he had good space in between him and his defender, and he wasn't able to knock that one down.
And the key is going to be not to get defeated and look away from the three. You know, an outside shooter has to keep shooting, shoot himself in or out of a slump. Oh, beautiful, but they called the offensive foul. Call was on Shane Smith on the opposite block. Wipes away the basket by Tommy Martin.
Is in the game for Rye, replacing AJ.
Will Tepedino steps in for AJ Thompson on the Rye side. Oh, great job by Tommy Martin. Soaring through the air, able to maintain control and get his hand clean on the ball to knock it away.
That's a big block from Mamaroneck right there. It'll help bring their momentum back and hopefully give them confidence to score on the other end.
So Shane Smith was able to neutralize AJ Thompson in the early goings. He's now taken a seat and the size advantage is nullified. Good job by Shane Smith with the steal. Manetta is pressured in the backcourt and Rye takes it back. They press forward. Oh, and another great job of defense by Shane Smith. Jared Bader tries to keep it in bounds and the foul is committed.
That ball is going back and forth there, Steve. Like, it could have gone either way there. Just some bad, unlucky plays from Mamaroneck there.
Manetta does a great job of pushing the ball up court on a regular basis, but Rye did a good job of closing off the dribble lane for him to get into the front court, and then when he turned it back, they stayed on him and hounded him. Shane Smith, in a football move, gets the interception on that deep pass into the post. Thomas almost has it knocked away, then finally does lose it. Dives over Tepedino. And Egan trying to pass it over to Sandberg, throws it away. So the effort pays off for Thomas as Mamaroneck gets possession back. Bader gets it into Tommy Martin. He posts up, skies high, and the shot clangs off the side of the rim, and here comes Rye. Shot from Sandberg, no good. Rim, backboard, and into the hands of Tommy Martin, who pushes it forward. He's looking to go coast to coast. Gets it to Bader, settles himself for the three. Off the back rim, and no good.
Both these teams are known for their outside shooting this season, but most of this game has been going down in the paint so far.
Good effort there, but from Quinn Kelly. But he was harassed and missed the shot. Dangerous pass there from Tommy Martin, but the deft hands of Isaiah Thomas gets a handle on it, but the pass to Bader falls short, and it's another turnover. One more foul for Mamaroneck, and Rye is in the bonus. We'll have to keep an eye on that. 3 seconds is the call on Matt Tepedino. As Jack Neve comes in for Max Sandberg on the Rye side. Coach Carver, once again, prides himself on the conditioning of his team, and he is trusting his starters here, has yet to make a substitution.
Starters are looking good so far. They're up to an 8-2 lead. Everybody's playing good defense, and the offense is looking strong as of now.
Ball gets knocked away, and Quinn Kelly ends up with it. Brings it into the front court. Tries to get Neve involved, and it goes over to Troy Egan. And a foul on the floor.
Personal foul number 21,
number 21, Tommy Martin.
That will put 3 is in for the Tigers, replacing Isaiah Thomas. It's Rye ball.
I'm sorry, it's only the 4th team foul. The scoreboard was a little obscure that his timeouts left is 6. Coach Carver has not called a timeout yet. I was thinking, I don't remember 6 fouls being called, but You try and trust the scoreboard when you can, and it betrayed me there. Tenacious defense here by Mamaroneck as Coach Carver implores them to maintain their intensity. That ball looked to go off the hands of Will Tepedino, but Rye gets the call. They say it went off of Shane Smith, and the Garnets will maintain possession. And here comes the sophomore, Thomas Plunkett, giving Shane Smith a well-deserved breather.
Plunkett's looking to hold down the paint right here.
A little too much contact there for Coach Carver's liking, but no foul is called. We play on, and Rye has to force the shot as it was the shot clock counting down, and they do get the shot clock violation. A byproduct of fantastic defense.
James Mineta back in for the Tigers, replacing Isaiah Thomas.
Ethan Renner now into the game for Mamaroneck, and the deep pass up to Renner. Oh, he gets the shot and the foul. What a move, and beautiful English on the layup by Ethan Renner.
Ethan Renner's able to shoot from deep, but also finish at the hoop. He's such a talented athlete and can play both sides of the court.
Ethan Renner getting his first action of the season after recovering from mono himself in the game the other night against White Plains. A usually reliable free throw shooter and unable to convert the traditional three-point play. And so it is now 10-2 as traveling is the call. And the 10-0 Rye Garnets with 25.7 seconds remaining in the first quarter have all of 2 points.
Tommy Martin.
Rye needs to step up their game here if they want to. They're not playing at the same level they've been playing all season long.
Their execution has been a little off. Combine that with some poor shooting, and you will only score 2 in the first quarter. Thomas Plunkett fights for the rebound, and they call the loose ball foul on Thomas Plunkett.
Personal foul number 32, Thomas Plunkett. First personal, 5th team
So
foul.
that's the 5th team foul here with 11.6 seconds remaining. Good job there from Tepedino. Gets the basket just before the clock sounds, and that will do it here in the end of the first quarter. The score is Mamaroneck 10, Rye 4. We'll be back in just a moment here on LMC Varsity Sports.
And we are back here with LMC TV Varsity Sports. Into the start of the second quarter, Mamaroneck leads 10, Rye 4. Mineta takes the ball up, passes the ball to Renner. Ball goes the other way, turnover Mamaroneck. I feel like Mamaroneck's been turning the ball over way more than they should this game, Steve.
And you know, that's a great point, George. If they hadn't been and they had been executing a little bit better, it very easily could be like 24-4 right now. But it has been turnovers by both teams. I feel a little bit more error prone. And here comes Thomas Plunkett. With a steal of his own, but he loses it back.
Rye moves the ball down court extremely fast, wide open. Oh, makes this good pass.
Smart call there for them to get the timeout rather than the turnover. It's now 10-4, like we just talked about, George. They haven't really executed too much on offense themselves. So while Rye hasn't really executed much at all, the last thing they want to do is give up a turnover in the backcourt for it to either become a 2-point shot, 10-6, or even worse, a quick 3, because we know how Rye loves the outside shot. Then it's 10-7. that could really become problematic. So I saw a little bit of nerves there from Thomas Plunkett, a great effort there to poke the ball away. He needs to be more aggressive in getting into the front court, and they chased him down and got it back. That kind of stuff is going to happen with Ethan Renner in the earlier play when he dribbled the ball on the sideline. Have to remember, this court isn't quite as large as an NBA court. So while the three-point line gives you some room, unlike the NBA court where their size 15 shoe sometimes can be out of bounds, you do have to be aware of the sidelines because just the court is not quite as big.
Tommy Martin inbounds the ball to James Manetta. Manetta's looking around the court, passing to Isaiah Thomas. Thomas Smith checks back into the game. Thomas pump fakes in the corner. Hits Renner in the corner. Passes it to Thomas. Thomas goes up. Oh, had the circus lamp, but it didn't fall. Rye moves the ball down court extremely fast and gets the easy two. 10-6 Rye.
So double pump shot misses, double pump shot goes in there, and Rye now is only down by 4. Another turnover by Mamaroneck.
Ball stays down here with Rye. Tommy Martin looking to save that ball, but just couldn't get his hand around it to throw it back in.
George, from all the way over here on the other side of the court, I think I can see a vein bulging in Coach Carver's forehead. He's got to be furious at all these turnovers.
Yeah, Mamaroneck needs to stop these turnovers and keep doing what they're doing, but the turnovers are killing them. Rye passing the ball around off the block. Kelly holds the ball at the top of the key. Guarded by Isaiah Thomas. Oh, with a nice spin move. Thomas brings the ball down court extremely fast. Goes up. Oh, Carver's a little upset with that. Thought there was a foul on the play, but ooh, with a nice pass by Rye there.
So Manetta moved a little bit there, and when you change up your pivot area or your foundation on the defensive side in order to get contact, they're always going to call that a blocking foul, which is unfortunate. I like what Isaiah Thomas was trying to do there, but Rye slyly avoided contact, so I can understand why that was a non-call.
Sandberg inbounds the ball to Egan. Guarded closely by Manetta here. Passing the ball around. Rye's doing a good job with the ball movement. Tough shot there by Rye. Ball stays down here.
Good defense there by Shane Smith as he was able to maintain his verticality. He might have moved his hand a little bit, but he got it on the ball, which is really all that matters.
Egan to Kelly again.
Yeah.
Rye hasn't really been looking for the three-pointer in this game at all. I think it's because Mamaroneck's defense on the perimeter is extremely strong.
Exactly. I think they're focusing on making sure they guard that line.
Good ball movement by Rye there, but just missed the open man and threw it a little bit late while the player was moving.
George, that seemed like orchestrated passing there, that Sandberg thought he was going to have Tepedino in the corner, and Tepedino instead was crashing baseline thinking Sandberg was going to take the shot. So he passed it to the vacated area.
Mamaroneck brings the ball up. Passes to Isaiah Thomas in the corner, who passes it to Tommy Martin, who gets out right off the back iron there. Rye brings the ball up extremely quickly. And Sam Poole just steps out of bounds right there.
It's been a sloppy first half. I think that's safe to say. It's only 10-6 with under 5 minutes left in the first half. Both of these teams have been scoring at a steady clip all season long. I think the intensity of this matchup and the fact that they have been in overtime each of the past 2 seasons, in addition to the brightness of the lights of the 21st annual Tiger Tournament, is having an impact on both sides.
Manetta turns the ball over there. Kelly with a
Full timeout.
Timeout called by Rye there. We are going to be back with after this timeout with LMC TV Varsity Sports. We are back with LMC TV Varsity Sports. Kelly inbounds the ball to with Rye right here. It's a 10-6 right now with 4:32 left in the second quarter. Inbounds the ball to Egan. Rye with a nice ball movement and a foul. 2 shots are going to be going. Tadipino is going to be going to the line right now.
In talking with Jared Bader before the game, he is well aware of the fact that he's just got to keep shooting. But I think Rye is aware of that as well, and so they've been really playing him out beyond the three-point line, and it's been hard for him to find his flow. A three-point shooter is all about flow, and he has not been able to find it so far tonight.
I feel like both teams actually are playing extremely good defense on the three-point line. Most of this game has been all the points have been scored in the paint on the free throws.
Tigers number 3, Ethan Renner, back into the game.
Ethan Renner checks into the game. James Menendez sits down on the bench. Score is 1. Ethan Renner's bringing the ball down the court. Mamaroneck needs to they need to make the extra pass instead of driving in the lane here, because some of these plays have been, I'm not going to say this, but like they haven't been the smartest layups to go for. They could have made the extra pass and maybe have scored a three-pointer.
I think that's a byproduct of the fact that they want to try and quote-unquote make something happen, and that's when you start getting out of your comfort zone and out of the flow of the offense.
Number 11, number 20, Max Sandberg with the foul.
First on Sandberg, third on the
I like what Bader did there. He didn't have the shot from the outside. They were overplaying him, so he wisely drove to the lane and drew the foul. Now the foul happened on the floor, so he won't go to the line, but just the same, productive.
There's a nice pass by Renner there, and Rye slows down the pace there. They were moving a little quick there, but slows it down and gets, three-point shot. Just misses. Back out to the, would have been a smart pass, but just a little early to pass the ball. If he may have passed it a second later, Egan may have been able to catch it and get the easy layup. Renner takes the ball down court. Oh, and a close call there. Rye almost had a big steal going down the court. That would have been easy 2 points.
Good anticipation by Quinn Kelly there. Isaiah Thomas telegraphed the no-look or the spin pass a little too slowly, and he almost paid for it. Kickball violation right there. So the shot clock will get set back to 15. Unlike the NBA where it goes to 14, because this is a 35-second shot clock, unlike the NBA, which is 24.
Bader pulls up from 3 and just misses off the back line. Kelly's playing really good at the point guard. He's making smart passes and is able to, he's been playing very well. Winding down, 7 right now. And Thompson with the easy 2 right there. For a big guy, he's a great pull-up shooter and a really good three-point shooter as well. And now it's just a 1-point lead for Mamaroneck. Tommy Martin from the corner, and it's just in and out right there. Rye moving fast down the court with the easy pass. And now Rye leads this game 11-10. And we will be right back after this timeout with LMC TV Varsity Sports. And we are back with LMC TV Varsity Sports with Steven Nastis. I'm George Boyle. Right now we have Rye versus Mamaroneck in the 21st annual Tiger Tournament. Rye leads 11-10 against the Tigers. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock. Isaiah Thomas with a turnover right there, and Rye brings the ball back down the court.
And that was a situation where the extra pass actually hurt. Isaiah Thomas really should have, once he pulled up, he should have taken the shot.
Risky pass there into the corner. Rye with a nice pass into the corner, and Tommy Martin with the rebound. There's a foul on the play.
Right foul number 22, Will Tepedino, his first
Tepedino
team's
with the
fourth.
foul. Mamaroneck inbounding the ball. Shane Smith doing it actually.
Number 5, Troy Eaton back in the game for Rye.
Troy Egan
Replacing
steps
Will
back in for Rye.
Tepedino.
Nice ball movement by Mamaroneck here. Ethan Renner from the corner. It's not even a fall. Nice rebound by Shane Smith and a nice pass with the assist to Tommy Martin. Rye with this extremely fast pace going on this entire game. Oh, with a nice move there, but Thomas could not get it. And a foul and one.
Not much Shane Smith could do there. Tepedino went into him to draw the contact. All he could have done really was draw the charge, but he was already in the process of trying to block the shot. Not really easy to change your body in that short span of time. So he ends up retreating because in his mind he's thinking, take the charge, go for the block, take the charge, go for the block. And that sort of indecision became costly. So now Rye is up 13-12 with a chance to push the lead to 2 with 1:14 left.
Off the back iron there. Renner brings the ball up. Bader shoots a 3. In and out right there. That seems to be the story with Mamaroneck's 3-pointers. And Rye, this is the easy layup. Mamaroneck moving the ball down the court extremely fast. Nice move there by Tommy Martin. Just misses, but Bader gets the rebound and lays in with 2.
How Tommy Martin did not get a foul call there is beyond me, but obviously they're letting these teams play.
Clock winding down here in the second quarter.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So now Mamaroneck has Rye going to the line.
Second foul on Martin, 9 on team.
2. But they will have the last possession potentially of the first half. Currently clinging to a 1-point lead. We'll see how these free throws go.
Tepedino makes the first. Game is all tied right now, 14-14. Misses the second. Smith with the rebound. With a pass to Renner that is not good communication there by the Tigers. And Rye's going to get the last shot of the half, it looks like.
So my assumption blew up in my face. Shane Smith got a great rebound there. Strong hands on the ball. A little too quick to give it up though. And now Rye has their opportunity.
Clock winding down here in the second half, or first half, end of the first half.
No basket.
Well, what we just talked about is, looks like Mamaroneck's gonna get the last shot here.
Parma comes back in Mamaroneck's favor. It's tied 14-all. They have 7 seconds to try and make something happen and gain the lead here going into the half.
Nice defense there by Rye, able to slow down Mamaroneck's pace right there. 2 seconds left on the clock. Still a tie of 14-14.
Plenty of time to get a dribble and a shot. We'll see what play they employ.
Plunkett pulls up. Just misses. That shot was in and out.
The first half with the score.
That's the end of the first half. Game time. Mamaroneck 14, Rye
High
14.
School 14.
And this is the end of the first half with LMC TV Varsity Sports. Welcome back to LMC TV Varsity Sports. I'm George Boyle with Stephen Assis here with the 21st annual Tiger Tournament. Mamaroneck versus Rye tied 14-14 at the start of the second half.
Well, not exactly an offensive juggernaut or a shootout or whatever you want to call it, but you know these teams are going to keep shooting.
Rye with a AJ Thompson.
So the big man with the three, he likes to shoot it from the outside. Gives Rye the early lead here in the second half, George. We'll see what Mamaroneck can do with their first possession.
Mamaroneck's first possession here. Passing the ball around. Tommy Martin goes up and lays it in for an
Tommy Martin.
He has fantastic vertical leaping ability, and you saw it there as he drove into the lane, pulled straight up, and was able to get the little baby jumper to go down.
good defense there by Jared Bader, able to almost steal the ball there, but it goes out of bounds.
A lot of former Mamaroneck Tiger basketball players here in the stands, still home from their winter break from college.
Rye moving the ball around. Shoots from the three.
Smart play from Tommy Martin there, just knocking the ball away after Sandberg blows a point-blank shot. Hopefully that good fortune continues for Mamaroneck here in the second half.
Shot clock reset there, so Rye has a lot of time to shoot, and they pass to the corner. And almost miss it again. Mamaroneck, they need to start grabbing the ball on rebounds instead of hitting them.
You know, that is an unfortunate outcome there on that call by the official on the baseline. If it was out on Mamaroneck, then he was fouled, and that's the reason that the ball went out of bounds. They get a little bit of payback there as the charge call was called.
Player control foul over 20, Max Sandberg, his second.
But you'd like to see sharper calls from the officials in that situation.
Rye with a full court press going on here. Tommy Martin trapped there. Mineta drives and gets it with the easy
James Mineta.
Mamaroneck leads 18-17.
Mineta is a classic triple threat. He loves to pass the ball, but he's definitely not afraid to shoot. He can pull up and he can go all the way to the hoop as he did there. Hard to decide how to defend that.
Right, nice pass there. Lays it in for another two. Payback there with the 2 points.
Solid execution from Sandberg there, except he did not step back far enough. You know, in today's professional and college game, and it's trickled down now to high school, if you're going to be that far away from the hoop and take a shot, you might as well be another step further back and get the extra point. So instead, it's only a 19-18 lead. We keep exchanging leads here.
Tommy Martin drives. Shane Smith almost with the rebound there, but instead the ball goes back to Rye. Rye moves the ball up court fast and just misses it there, but Mamaroneck keeps the intensity. There's a foul there.
Might not have been deliberate, but drawing the foul on Troy Egan there was smart, because now that's 3 team fouls on Rye. So we talked about how they didn't get the call on the baseline. The ball went out of bounds. Rye's possession. Shane Smith draws a team foul, and then Jared Bader draws another foul right there. So that gets them closer to the bonus. in a 1918 game, that becomes vital.
Ethan Renner checks in. Tommy Martin tries the baseline jumper and doesn't get it. And now it's Rye's ball.
Another poor call goes Rye's way there. That clearly went off of Quinn Kelly. And Coach Aguilar wants to call a timeout. I think he senses the poor execution continuing here, and he wants to talk it over.
Rye still leads this game, 19-18, and we will be right back after this timeout with LMC TV Varsity Sports. We're back with LMC TV Varsity Sports. I'm George Boyle with Steven Astis. Rye inbounds the ball against Mamaroneck right now. They have a 1-point lead over the Tigers. Rye moving the ball around. Three-pointer there. Gets it to go. 22-18 Rye.
So Sandberg learned from his mistake. Quite possibly Coach Aguilar said something to him about it in the timeout, and he was able to nail the three instead of a long two.
Rye's jump shots are falling this quarter compared to the last half when nothing was falling for either team. Let's see if Mamaroneck can also start having those shots to fall. Mamaroneck passing the ball around. Shot clock winding down. Bader with the baseline jumper and it doesn't fall. Rye slows the ball down.
Largest lead of the game here for Rye. Let's see if they can extend it.
Bader with the tip. Doesn't get the steal though. Rye with a nice ball movement. And Thompson is able to
A.J. Thompson.
Thompson has 5 this quarter. Rye's pressing extremely hard here with the full court press. And Bader with the easy lead. Mamaroneck down by 4.
The same positioning. This time he drove all the way to the other side of the rim. Beautiful reverse layup. Scores 2.
Mamaroneck traps. There's a foul on the play.
Shane Smith cannot believe that call. You can see the astonishment and disbelief on his face. He definitely got clean ball. Can't be sure if he got a piece of the arm as well. I have to take a look at the replay and see.
Foul. Mamaroneck has 1 team foul. Troy Egan shooting 2.
First team foul now here in the third quarter, so they're not in any jeopardy of putting Rye in the bonus. And Rye has not been shot from the line all game to Mamaroneck's advantage.
Isaiah Thomas, number 12, returns.
Isaiah Thomas checks in.
Replacing Tommy
Martin. With the rest right there.
So with no one on the line for Rye, gives Troy Egan another chance at a free throw, and that cost them dearly in a game that is not even at 30 points. To give up a point like that is brutal.
Mamaroneck down by 5. Isaiah Thomas with the turnover. And Rye.
Timeout. Mamaroneck.
Coach Carver is not happy right now with the way his team is playing. And we will be right back after this timeout with LMC TV Varsity Sports. And we are back with LMC TV Varsity Sports with Steven Astis. I'm George Boyle. Mamaroneck is down by 7 with 2:50 left in the third quarter. Smith passes to Renner. Mamaroneck needs to start having their shots fall this quarter if they want to get back into this game.
They're closing out well on Bader, and he has not been able to find an open shot.
Thomas misses the shot, but good rebound by Mamaroneck. Foul called there. Mamaroneck keeps possession.
The foul is by Max Sandberg, his third, team's 4th.
has not been able to find the reins all night. We'll see if he can get going here in the late in the second half.
Thomas pulls up and misses again. Rye with the rebound. Kelly passes it to Sandberg. Out of bounds.
Number 35, A.J. Thompson.
Sandberg was trying to find Jack Nee for another three-pointer that would have put them up 10. That would have been the Tigers here for Mamaroneck with 2:03 remaining in the third quarter. A.J. Thompson now for Rye checks back in. We'll see if Mamaroneck can stem this tide.
Tommy Martin checks back in for the Tigers also. Rye doing a good job moving the ball around. Shot clock violation. Turnover.
They call the tic-tac foul on Ethan Renner as the shot clock is expiring.
First personal, second team
That is some pretty bad luck for the Tigers here.
You can tell Renner's not happy with that call either. Right, passes to the corner with a three. Just misses, but Thompson with the rebound. Tries it again. There's a foul on the play.
So that was on Will Tepedino as he had a hold of Shane Smith, trying to keep him from boxing out on the rebound. Now the fifth team foul, two more, and Mamaroneck will be in the bonus, and that could really play into their hands here as we get close to the fourth quarter.
Tigers ball here. Bader tries a three, just misses. Tigers are really missing Will Sharkey's height tonight, and especially his scoring. I feel the height would help them with the rebounding game, and also the post play is what I feel like they're struggling with.
It would just balance out the offense a little bit better.
Oh, and Thompson! That gives Rye a 10-point lead. Mamaroneck brings the ball down fast. And Rye with the steal.
So they call the loose ball foul on Ethan Renner as he grabbed hold of the Rye player, trying to get to that ball.
Second personal, third team foul.
Egan checks in for Kelly. .34 seconds left on the clock. Right, pushing it. Egan Thompson thought about it there. Thompson again with the three-pointer. Just misses, but a nice rebound by Shane Smith.
So they went from letting some physical play go to calling a lot of ticky-tack fouls here in the third quarter. Pushes the total team foul to 6 on Rye. The next one will put Mamaroneck at the line.
Number 14, Jake Wilson's status as the Rye, replacing Will Tepedino.
No one on Mamaroneck has been able to find a touch from the outside. If anyone gets hot, this could become a very different ball game in the fourth quarter.
17 seconds left on the clock here. Mamaroneck looks like they're going to have one more shot here before the end of the third quarter. Bader with a three and just misses. Rye picks it up. Oh, and that almost goes in with the
That's the end of the third quarter with the score of Rye High School 30.
Rye leads
Mamaroneck High School
30,
20.
Mamaroneck 20. And that's the end of the third quarter with LMC TV, Varsity Sports.
Ride with the mob.
So here we are in the beginning of the fourth quarter. Stephen Astis along with George Boyle. Mamaroneck down 30-20. A horrible turn of events in the third quarter as they were outscored by 10, 16 to 6. And there Tommy Martin goes all the way to the rim. It does not fall, but Rye, fighting for the rebound, knocks it out, and Mamaroneck will retain possession.
If you think about it, the last two games against these teams in this tournament have gone to overtime. But this one is not living up to the hype that we all thought it was going to.
Tommy Martin with a nice tip after Mineta once again drives to the rim and gets it up on the basket. A few stops in the score and we have ourselves a ball game again. Great defense by Tommy Martin. Oh, and they call the foul as Sandberg falls to the ground. Martin cannot believe it. And neither can the fans.
Tommy Martin showed great athleticism on that play. He was keeping with his defender, but that foul is just so... He's very upset about it.
Off the leg of Tepedino, and it goes to Mamaroneck. The one thing that players want more than anything in any sport is consistency from the officials. Unfortunately, they have not gotten it here. They let plays go and then call tic-tac fouls. That makes it very hard. Mineta thinks about the dribble drive, gets it to the corner. Renner with the baseline three is good. The first three-pointer of the game. And it is now a 5-point deficit for Mamaroneck.
That gives Mamaroneck a little bit of momentum here.
Another foul on Tommy Martin. This one a little bit more deserved.
That's 4 fouls on Martin.
Now 4 fouls on Martin, so he will take a quick seat as they don't want him fouling out this early. They'll need his scoring late in the game as they anticipate pulling even closer. So Shane Smith comes back into the game. Pass over to Tepedino on the left wing. Jump stop, and the basket is good. Pushes it back up to a 7-point lead.
Tepedino has been having a great game so far. He's playing good defense, and he's scoring the ball.
Isaiah Thomas goes to the ground and moves while on the ground, which is a traveling, so it's a turnover, goes back to Rye. The intensity, while the scoring is not high, George, the intensity is insane here in the gym.
It's a good showing from both schools. A lot of fans from Rye, a lot of fans from Mamaroneck.
Pass back out to Sandberg. From Tepedino to Sandberg, back to the other Tepedino. Dribble drive and the rainbow teardrop falls for the sophomore. Sorry. Yes, the sophomore, Matt Tepedino. Isaiah Thomas for three. No good. And it's Will Tepedino who gets it over to Sam Poole. Renner with a good job on defense, and Will Tepedino bowls him over, and Renner draws the charge.
Control foul, number 22, Will Tepedino. That's his third personal 7-team foul.
Mamaroneck's doing a great job of planting their feet tonight on defense, getting those charges.
So the offensive foul does not put them at the line for 1-and-1, but the next foul will, as Rye is now over the limit. Renner turns Tepedino around with the crossover. Thomas looks to drive, does not have it, kicks it back out to Mineta, and they'll start it up again. The shot from Thomas is no good. Bader going for the rebound, commits the loose ball foul. No, they call that on Shane Smith. And that's now 16 fouls on Mamaroneck. 9-point deficit here with 5:20 remaining. Mamaroneck will have to improve their scoring accuracy here in the fourth quarter if they have to have any chance at coming back.
They have one three-pointer for the entire game, which is it's not good. They need to improve their shooting if they want to get back in this game.
Coach Aguilar calls for the timeout. He wants to settle his team down and point out the advantageous position they're in. We'll be back here in just a moment on LMC Varsity Sports. So coming back here with 5:12 remaining in the fourth quarter, Stephen Assis along with George Boyle, proud to bring you the 21st annual Tiger Tournament as Sandberg scores on the alley-oop and pushes it back to an 11-point lead as Mineta very quickly comes the other way with the basket. Good pass there to Matthew Tepedino, and Carver very quickly wants to talk it over. Obviously, George, you cannot trade baskets here. They have to come up with defensive stops, and the breakdown on the weak side becomes deadly.
It's important for them to keep the defensive stops, but they may need to stop shooting the three-pointer. That's their big problem. If it's not falling, maybe try to make the extra pass and get the ball in the paint. That's where they've been scoring today. So if they do that, they may be able to come back in this game.
With only 27 points, I think it's clear to say that they just haven't been able to find their identity here without Will Sharkis on the floor. They tried to be an outside shooting team, didn't make a single three-pointer in the first half. They finally sunk one Ethan Renner from the baseline, but they still have not been able to find their shooting stroke.
It's going to be important for them to find their mojo and try to get back in this game.
So the lineup here with 4:36 remaining will be Mineta, Smith, Renner, Thomas, and Bader. For Rye, it will be Sandberg, Tepedino, Thompson, and Doran. Sorry, that last one will be Quinn Kelly, not Kyle Doran. So those will be the units on the floor, possibly for the final 4.5 minutes of the game. This turnover-filled game has been equal parts defense, equal parts sloppy execution on the offensive end. On cue, a sloppy pass to Renner in the corner, resulting in another turnover. Rye has been able to execute much better in the second half, and that is why they have the 11-point lead. Tepedino with the corner three is good, and it's now 41-27.
Rye's doing a good job shooting. They came out of halftime extremely hot, and that hot streak has continued into the fourth quarter.
Bader once again cannot find the range, but Smith knocks it out, and Thomas has it. He goes up, and the foul with the shot. A.J. Thompson can't believe it. He thought he was fully stationary. But Thomas gets the call and will be at the line for the traditional three-point play.
That's Thomas's specialty. He's an athletic player. He's able to finish athletically at the hoop.
Good, number 12, Isaiah Thomas. One shot.
Free throws become incredibly important here as they inch closer to the double bonus. Everything playing in the favor of Mamaroneck except for their shooting touch, and as a result, the score. Sandberg looks to bring it across the timeline. He's trapped. Finds Kelly, who gets it to Tepedino. And Matthew Tepedino lays it in for two. So it's back up to a 14-point lead for the Garnets. Bader turns it over. Mineta commits the foul.
Personal foul number 11, James Mineta.
That is the 7th team
His
foul.
fourth, team's 7th. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
So Tepedino will be at the line for the 1-and-1.
7303. 307-7303 for 25
Time starting to
fouls.
run out here for Mamaroneck. They've only scored 29 points in the first 29 minutes of the game. They have 3 minutes left to make up a now 15-point deficit. I know you said, George, that they may have to think about something other than a three-point shot, but now down by 16 with 3:10 left, they're going to have to look for some threes. Ethan Renner tries for the dribble drive. It does not fall, and he commits the foul on Tepedino, fighting for the rebound. So Tepedino once again will go to the line for 1-and-1. 2:56 remaining.
The fouls are starting to kill Mamaroneck right now. These 1-and-1s and Rye's doing a pretty good job with the free throw shooting in this game. They need to stop fouling and just try to get back in this game as much as they can.
The senior guard hits the 3rd free throw in a row. A little short on the 4th one, so it's now a 17-point lead. Good effort there but from Shane Smith to knock the ball out of rhythm for Sandberg to try and handle. He ends up dribbling into his teammate and commits a double dribble. Bader with a nice backdoor cut.
Bader.
That was a great play by Mamaroneck there. Bader with a nice backdoor cut, and Shane Smith with a great pass.
Good defense there from Shane Smith. Oh, and Thomas trying to avoid Tepedino. He dribbles it out of balance. Turnover back to Rye. Sandberg inbounds it to Quinn Kelly. Back to Sandberg, and they try and play keep away here. All the way into Thompson for the play-in. 2 minutes left. 17-point deficit for Mamaroneck. Mineta, off-balance shot. Cannot get it to go. And Thompson and Kelly fighting for the rebound with each other. End up with the traveling call, gives it back to Mamaroneck.
You can tell by the way Mamaroneck is playing that they're getting down a bit, but they need to keep their heads up and try to their best to stay in this game.
Isaiah Thomas.
Good three-pointer there from Isaiah Thomas. Might be a little too late. As Rye will try and dribble out as much of the clock as they can. Good defense from Thomas there, but he puts a little too much oomph on that batted ball, and it goes back to Kelly, who will now be at the line for 1-1.
That is his 5th personal foul.
James Mineta fouls out here, and he'll take a seat as Quinn Kelly will be at the line. In comes Thomas Plunkett.
Everything was going well for Mamaroneck except for their shooting today.
Timeout called by Rye. as they push it to a 15-point lead with a minute 29 remaining. Might be an opportunity for Coach Aguilar to get some of his bench players in the game for the last 89 seconds. We'll be back in just a minute on LMC Varsity Sports. Quinn Kelly at the line here for the second of the 1-and-1. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And the lead is back up to 16. Ethan Renner brings it across the timeline. Thomas pulls up. Shot is short, rebounded by Rye.
Rye just needs to run out the clock for the rest of this game. Keep passing the ball.
It was deflected into the backcourt where Sandberg retrieves it. And with 57 seconds left, Rye calls another timeout. They can burn it all the way down to 44 seconds in the game if Mamaroneck allows the shot clock to go down. We'll be back in just a moment. Jack Rosenstadt in the game along with a variety of backups here on both sides. Aiden French. Gavin Zanghini defends the three. And Rosenstadt hits it. It's now a 19-point lead. Connor Menzel brings it across. Plunkett sets the pick. Menzel goes baseline. Comes front side, and he is fouled on the shot.
Menzel's first free throws of the game.
Connor Menzel.
So Rye will remain undefeated, as you heard the student section chanting just now. Menzel's free throw lips out. 31.3 remaining in the game. French knocks away the rebound, but unable to corral it. So Rye brings it across the timeline, and the shot clock is off. John Mahili had it. Gets it to McCaney. Mahili a little too strong with the three. And Lucas Coutinho gets the rebound. And that will do it. So the final score here at Mamaroneck High School. Rye 53, Mamaroneck 34. We'll be back with post-game interview and post-game commentary here on LMC Varsity Sports. I'm here with Coach Carver after a tough defeat. Coach, you pride yourself on discipline and execution. Safe to say this is an uncharacteristic performance from your team. What do you attribute it to?
Lack of focus, lack of heart, lack of desire. That's all I can say. It's a very bad performance. Very bad performance.
You guys play a little bit of an outside-in game without presence in the middle. It seemed like they were able to play you further out on the three-point line, and that disrupted the flow of the outside shooters. Did you feel that as well?
I feel like that we didn't get the necessary paint attacks. One of our keys was to make sure that we get paint attacks so we create for ourselves, we can create inside, we can create for shooters, and we were very passive on the perimeter today. We missed the presence of the big fella, however, we can't make excuses.
Coaches obviously try to use this as a learning experience. What are you going to try and teach your boys as a result of this kind of defeat?
Big-time players show up and play in big-time games, and this was a big-time atmosphere, and it's a shame that we didn't show up.
When you had the game tied going into the half, did you sense trouble? Were you concerned about that kind of second half performance, or was that a shock to you as well?
No, it was a shock, the second half performance. Did not like the way that we played towards the end of the first quarter and all of the second quarter. But at the same token, you look at the scoreboard and you see it's 14-14, 16 minutes to play. Unfortunately, our returning guys in particular did not show up to play.
Silver lining here is you guys still have a fantastic record continuing on into league play. You'll try and move forward and use this as a learning experience. How do you see your team carrying forward after an experience like this?
We've been preaching consistency all year long. Unfortunately, we have not been going about our business the right way. Even though we've been winning, we have not been going about our business the right way. We've had probably 12 players. Of our 12 players, we've practiced with 12 of them all together as one, maybe for 2 weeks this season.
So that'll do it from Mamaroneck High School, a tough defeat at the hands of the still undefeated Rye Garnets. George, it was just tough all over. They weren't hitting their outside shots. They weren't able to penetrate into the paint effectively enough, and the turnovers really just killed them.
I think without the big man that helps them with the rebounds and their inside scoring, really hurt Mamaroneck tonight. Also, missing all of the outside shots. They made 2 3-pointers the entire game, which is not good and unlike Mamaroneck.
Shane Smith, once again, rebounding really well, but you can tell when he doesn't have that running mate to help him on the boards, he becomes less effective because he's not going to double up his rebounding output against a big team like Rye and A.J. Thompson in the middle.
Yeah. Shane Smith played a very good game, was very athletic, and showed an all-around good job.
The problem there is that his role is not to be the scorer,
exactly.
And the scorers just weren't scoring. Unfortunately, you're going to have those nights. Hopefully, Mamaroneck is able to move forward positively from a defeat like this. As I said to Coach Carver, they still have a fantastic record going further into league play. They'll be facing Portchester in their next game in the consolation game of the 21st annual Tiger Tournament, and they'll look to bounce back and get a victory and then catapult them forward. So for George Boyle, this is Stephen Astis. Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports.